The next visual we have is KPI. KPI is a very simple visual. This is the one, key performance indicators. So basically what KPI does is, it tells you the trend as well as the performance based on the latest year, month, or whatever you're using. So KPI is always like, when you use the KPIs, key performance indicators, we use either the month wise or the year wise, right? So like I have to see the sales, for example, and I want to see this based on the date, for example, like this. Let's create the hierarchy here. And you see, it gives me the year wise hierarchy. So this is how it is. Now you see, these are all the 3 years where the trend is moving, right? Now, if I need to understand how this number has come 7, 4, 5, and 6, so what you can do is you can just use the table again, and let's put the date and the sales. Okay, and I don't need this, the month, all that. Now, if you see 7, 4, 5, 5, 6, well, 1 second. Yeah. So you see, according to your data, the latest performance will always reflect here, other than the trend. So if you have 10 years of data, the trend will show for the 10 years. And then what else we can, go and show here. So callout value is same. You know that this number, I can make this number as 1000, something like this. Decimal, we don't need it. Perfect. And I don't need anything. Icons. So icon is, where is the icon? Okay. No, there's nothing here. Let's wait. Trend axis. So you see, this is nice. If you are showing the data based on the cost, then maybe you want to show that high is not good. Isn't it? High is not good. Low is good. But right now we are showing the sales. Because if you use the low is good, then the good color, the neutral color, all you can use these colors from here. Okay, I will go with the high because for me, it's my revenue. So we can have these colors. We can change these colors in case if you want to change. Okay, so right now, we don't see that. Wait 1 second. So direction is okay. By default, it has picked up the right direction. Now we like to see the target label. Let's see what it is. So target label. Okay, so why don't we have the target label here? 1 second. Label is the goal. Okay, so yes, I forgot to put the target here. I'm so sorry. So target actually is my, so what we can do, target is any field you can put, but I'm just going to put the cost because you see in my data, I don't have the target, right? But if you have a target, you can understand, you can use that as well. Okay, so right now I'm just using the cost, which is my target, which means that if I have achieved the cost target, I'm doing good, isn't it? So I'll put the target here. So now this actually looks good to me. And this again takes a very less space. So we can see now this is telling me that sale is 75,000. This is 77K, the cost, which is the goal. And it's minus 2.68%, right? And this is why actually when I was telling you that icon is not working. So icon they have, so this is the icon. I'll show you. See this icon. Yeah. So if I remove this is gone. Okay. Sign of exclamation. So let's come back to the target label. So in the target label, these are all the options. If I off this is how it's going to look like. And I really want it. It's fine. We can use it. So I'm just going to say, this is the total cost. Goal, I can say target. You can rename this if you want, right? And that's it. That's it. Font color you can change if you want. It's just a goal. We can have this, the style is in percentage, so I can have this both as well and the value as well. So like, let's say value, you see this is, 1 second. I want to keep this as percentage, which is fine. And if I keep the both, yeah, so that's how it is. So minus 2.06%, 0.26%. Ideally, we should see just one value. Okay, I'm so sorry. This is a number actually. This is So this is the difference between that, right? Point 2000 distance between the target and this. So this is telling me the both. Yeah, so that's why I was wondering. So I like to keep the only the percent, not the value. I mean, not the difference. Okay. So I just use the option this. If you select the value, you don't see the percentage, you see the difference, because the difference also is the 2000 and the percentage is also 2. So I was not able to see that difference. Distance direction is increasing is positive, so decreasing is the negative. So this is all about minus and plus, right? So increasing is positive, so that's why you see here minus, right? And there's nothing we need to do here. Font and everything is okay. Yes. By default, whatever the options they have given, they are, I think, okay. Need not to do anything. Okay. Let's just keep this right. So I hope now you have understood the point, right? You want to off the target label, you can very easily. This is by default, they tell you the recent, the latest, actually the year. It always, so this KPI will always do the comparison with whatever field you have put here, right? It will always compare the latest value. And the value which you see here, that's again always going to be the latest. If I put here 2023, the data will come from the 2023. Okay, so this is how it is. So the trend, because we have a very high sale in 2020, so that's why you see this is on the top, and then, I mean, not really the trend which generally happens, like zigzag way. So it has taken a huge fall from here, from this 1,66,000 to 67. Well, anyways, that's how it is, So if I select, let's say 2022, you see this is going to give me the data based on the year. Okay, based on the year. And now this is what exactly I was telling you in the gauge chart. That, now you see here what is happening, the sale and the target is automatically changing, because here you have not put any manual number. We have put the field header here, and this is what I was telling you in the gauge, right? So here that column is not coming, isn't it? Because when I select this, the field which is cost, that is also changing. And now you can see here that this tick mark, the icon sign, it's making a sense, right? Like this. You see that? So basically what it is doing, it is for positive, it's giving the right sign, and for negative, it's giving this sign. I think that, I believe that you should have chosen some different icon for the negative that this is. I don't know. Anyways, but now you understand this, right? So that's how it is. Perfect. And those colors also, if you see, the colors are also changing because of this. Let me select this. Where is that? Yeah, these. You see that? Good color. Means I put the color here, this one. So these colors, this is how it's, showing. Okay, so now one more thing which we need to see in the dashboard, we use the buttons also. So you see, under the insert section, I have here these buttons. Left, right, reset, back, all. They are the same, which now I will show you in this. There's another way of doing it. I prefer using basically this. I prefer using the blank ones. I'm going to actually create a blank, the button here. What I'm doing now is that based on the buttons, you can move from one page to another page. Okay. Like if I have to go to KPI page, multi-card, I can. Not just this, there are some other features also, which like I can control my filters also, slicers. That let's say I want to clear all the slicers in one go. I'm using 3 slicers, zone-wise, year-wise, and then category-wise. I want that with just one button, all the slicers, whatever the filter they are using, that should be removed. So such things we are actually checking. As you can see here, we have here. So they have put these directly out here, apply all, clear all. But I want to take you to the blank one, right? Because these are the latest ones. Previously, these options were not here. So I'm simply going to create the button, which is called blank. Okay. This is the button. This is the button. Simple button. So you have the format section here, the shape part, default, on hover, on press, on disable, right? I generally use on hover only. That if somebody is hovering here, you on the website, you have seen that the color changes. Generally, it's blue. So, I mean, just to add that good factor to your report, you can use these. Otherwise, not necessary. By default is default. So let's keep this for the time being default. Shape, you can choose any shape from here, right? Like see, this is the pill shape I'm choosing. There are different shapes. And all that rotation, just go and see if it's not really required that those fields. Then we have the style. So for the style, again, by default, it's a default option. You can change the style on these different events, hovering, press, disable. Press means when somebody clicks here for that particular moment, you want to change the color, something like that. I'm keeping this as default for the time being. So text, yes, I need the text here. So let's say page. Click. So navigate. Oh, that's right, go. Okay. Font, everything, you already know these things. I'm simply not wasting the time on these. So text is fine. Padding, again, you can, see the padding, all that. For this text go, you can, change. Okay, what else we have? So icon is blank. If you want to have some icon here, you can, based on the job you're doing. Like suppose I say information, the icon comes here as information, and same way the other. I'm just keeping this as blank only. Okay, so then you have the icon placement where you want to put that icon. Okay, so this is, since we don't have any icon, we are not creating any icon. These are the simple things. Yeah. So fill color. Okay, so I'll go with the fill color. Let's say I choose this one. Yeah. And that's it. Okay. The main thing actually for these buttons is the action. This one. This is all a formatting thing. Okay. So I'm going to click on the action. So what action do you want? If you guys know VBA, in VBA there is a special the topic which is we call that events. Self-triggered macros. Generally when you click on a button, program runs, doesn't it? Otherwise, program never runs on its own. But in VBA, we have some specific conditions, events, like if you select sheet 1, you immediately want to run some program. If you open the workbook, before it comes to you, while it is opening, you want to run some program. Or maybe when you're closing the workbook, you want to run some program. So these are the condition based. Right? So sort of that, the action. So when you say action, I want to apply here. So these are all the actions. Back, bookmark, drill through, page navigation, Q&A, then web URL, then apply all slices, clear all slices. Okay. So we will start actually with the page navigation, which is very important. Drill through, we haven't done it. So that is also you can do. But right now, I'm just going to use this. Bookmark is something we will do, or we will learn later. Bookmark is very important. Back is just that it is going to take you to the previous page. So I'm going to use the page navigation because from here, I want to reach out to the destination. So according to the page navigation, we can always, move from one page to another. So for example, I just use the KPI here. Okay. And in the tooltip, I can write the text that where it is going to take me. So I just write KPI page, for example, this. Fine. So now you see that I'm going to click on this and I'm back. Same way you can create the page here as well, the button as well. Okay. How you can do it? Again, let's repeat. Insert the button and I'm going to say blank button. This is the button. You can write here all that, the text, the value, the color. I'll simply go in the action and I'll say that in the action, I want to navigate. So every page can have this information and please go back to the shapes on action, right? This is how it is. Control, click to follow the link. If you add the tooltip, it will show the page name. It's not a click, please remember. Control click. Okay, so you see, we have created this. Very nice, right? So I can have this wherever I want. Correct? Okay. Then let's create. Okay. So one thing, sorry. Now, when I've created this, because I'm working on my report, I want to make this, report from the colors and all that formatting perspective. I want to make this report a very great report. So what I can do is I can add bit of things, which I generally do. As I said, you see, by default, this is the state of this button, which is okay. Now, what I want to do is that whenever somebody comes here, however, this report, the color should change. Just from the presentation perspective, I want to do this. How can I do this? I use this only so I can tell you about this. Rest you can just implement. You can one by one try. Like on press, on disable is if I'm going to click here for that particular moment, if you want to change the background color or the text. So right now, what I will do, I will just say hover. If on hovering, I want to change the shape, only then. Otherwise, don't do it. But I'm going to do it because I'm explaining you. So let's say on hover, I want this shape to be, let's say this one, oval. Okay, see that? It's looking good, isn't it? So it's changing, right? Same way in the style section also, you have that option. Hover. So it's a style. So instead of the go, you can, if you change the text, you can, right? Like, do you want to click or whatever? I will not do anything. Font color, so I'm just going to, let's say, change this to white. And the fill color is, let's say, maybe this one. See this? Okay, this way. So, these are the things. Okay, so that's how we can do these things. That's it. So these buttons tells you about this the hovering effect, the click effect. Same way you can click on the click also on press, and you can do something over there. That's it. But the main purpose is that if I click here, I have to go. I have to go. So that is how it is. And then if I click here, I can come back here. Fine. So we have these actions, events, you can call it. Okay. Now, what else we can do? So again, let's go in the action. Rest you have already seen. We'll not repeat. So for example, now Q&A, I have never used this. Question and answer. You can ask the question and answer based on your report as well, right? So for example, if I put this as Q&A, and I'm just going to click on this. You see, this is how this is all that artificial intelligence. I can ask the questions here, and then based on those, my data, the graphs, the BI is, it can tell me the that it can. It tries to answer the question, but I don't use this. Okay, like for example, average sale, maximum item shipped, all that, or you can type in the question as well here. So this is all about that thing. So if you want to put something like this on your dashboard somewhere, a small corner you want to give to your user, just see that. So show all solution. I have not used this generally, but you see it's telling me. So if I say that top items sales wise, let's say for example, I try to click on this. See this, isn't it? So these are the things. Okay, I have not used this, but this is how it is. So we can have Q&A. The web URL is also there. So web URL, you can type in here that the website. Okay, make sure the website should be followed with https://. So then somebody will click on this, they can go to that website. Okay, now apply all slices. So if I say apply all slices, this is something I recently learned it. Apply all slices means, so for that we have to create some report. So you see, if I have here this report, like this, for example, and let me create here some slicer. So this is my slicer. So I want to see the slicer country-wise. And now we have one more slicer, guys. Or maybe 2, 3, I don't know. Right? Like this, for example. Right? So this is the apply all slicer. One thing which I have to do is, let's go here. Put this back to the default. Because I'm just trying to change the font color. Okay. This, the text right now, you don't see that because we have to click, then this will be activated. So let's first of all see. Now you see, I'm going to put this, see that? This is how it is. The color changes. So I'm going to put actually this as France, and I'm going to select this option as 0 to 6 months. You see that? But do you see that is there any change in the report? No report will change unless you go and say apply all the slices. Information is there. I mean, this button is there, right? I mean, this is how. Okay. If I just want to remove all this, and I want to remove all this, let me click back here, apply all slices. Okay. I have not used this because I don't want that people should wait for something. It should immediately reflect here, isn't it? But maybe because they work based on the user's feedback, maybe somewhere they have been given this feedback that why don't we have something like this? Who knows, because different data sets, different mindsets. Anyways, so here's selection. Let me move the selection. Yeah. Now, same way when you have to apply all slicer, you have the another option, which is clear all slices. So I can use this from here as well. Like in the blank you go. Okay, these options were not there before. So in the blank, action, blank. Now this is something I find very useful. So let's click on the clear all slicer. Okay. This is how it is. Clear all slices. So if, let's say I put here India and New Zealand and this and this. Okay. And I'd say click, right? Now, anytime if I click here, control click, what will happen? All the slices will come back to their original position. This is really useful. I can use this if I have multiple slices in my report in one time, because then you don't have to go to every slice and slice and say clear selection. Okay. Now, same thing, I mean, you create from here as well, since they have given these options. Clear all, apply all, like I click here.
But now all apply slicers icon is looking disabled.
Which icon?
All apply slicer. This one. Yeah, it looks disabled now after clicking on the clear all slicers button.
Okay, let's see that what you're saying. So if I put here this, right now it's ready, because see, now apply all is ready means that's why they have given this they have done the different job here, opposite basically, because till the time nothing is selected, you can't use this. So when you go and select something, this picture comes here, like I'm ready to click. And the moment you actually, click here, this goes on the disabled mode, which means that it's already applied. On this principle, this works because now the slicer is already applied. And in this case, because it is a clear all slicer, so clear all slicer means that because we have already selected some slicer, so it is ready now. Because if I have not selected anything, then what is the use of clear all, right? So this works this way. So if I now click on this, this goes like this. And as far as, so this is all about how they work. But if you want to change the formatting of this, so we can just see that. Let's go in the default section of this, apply all slicer. So this is there, and so font. So in the default state, it's basically keeping, okay, so I think that this should be in the disabled state. Yes, because you see now it is disabled. It has done the job. Right now I'm in the default section. That's why I don't see anything. So what you will do is, because once it is disabled, then once you have clicked there, it becomes disabled. So we will go in the, this is my understanding. We'll go in the disabled, and let me see now. I try to change the font. Yes. Right. So you can change this. And background also if you want to change. Right. But so basically what they have done is they have gone with the theme. Like when something is disabled for this particular thing, because once the slicers are applied, there's no need. This is not going to be activated then until you again go back and, click on some other things. And then you are saying, I want to apply. So based on that thing, the color they have chosen, and then all that, the font color, I think it is perfect because it actually looks like a disabled. But anyways, if you want to do it, So you can use this, the disabled one. So now again, the same thing. If let's say the moment I click on this, this it is going to come out from that disabled to the default state. I mean, it's ready to be clicked. So if I click on this, you see this is how it is. So please go and change this again in the default state. So if I put here this, and I say control, click, done. Now this is disabled. Same thing for this, clear all slices, right? So combination, color combination, all that you can, choose according to your requirement. So this is what I was telling you, that you can also use these directly from here. Okay. And there's another thing which I find very useful, like for this navigation, the button, if I have to create the navigation button, I got to go to every sheet, isn't it? And then I have to select the action and then navigation and then select the page. So there's another thing which I can use. Here, let me create this here, for example. So in the button, I can use this page navigator. The moment I click on the page navigator, the page navigation is available. This is how it is. So you see, it has found all the pages and it has created these buttons, right? Now, if I have to, let me just keep this. You can keep this anyway. I mean, you can put this particularly also. So right now, if you see, the beauty of this is that it's already highlighted where the moment I click on this, if I click on this, I'm in the page, the visual. But then I need that navigation here as well, isn't it? So what I will do, first, you just decide what you want to do. I mean, in terms of the formatting part, once that formatting is ready, let's just copy this and let's just go and create this on every page in the same direction, like this. Okay, so once again, yeah, that's it. I mean, you can do this, I know. So you see, if I now have to go to a tab, I can do that using this as well. And right now, see, this is selected one. So if I click on this, control click, I'm here, right? This option is there. I mean, I think, last year also they have introduced this, or maybe before that. It's not like when the BI was developed, immediately this option came. Okay. Now, anytime if for example, what I do, see this. So I'm just going to create this one extra sheet here, page 1, and I'm saying, why don't you change your name to demo? Okay. Let's go back to the first one. You see, it's there. It's there. Okay. So this is again very nice. Of course, you can, go and see all these options one by one, like rectangle or maybe. So I say that, no, I want to use this as pill shape. Okay. And rotation, no, I don't, nothing is required here. Again, you see, we have the same options, style. So on the default, the font is black and the fill is going to be, I think, yeah, the same one. So I say, for example, so what I can do, I can say, you got to be this, okay, the fill color, and this is going to be this one, correct? So this is how I can create. And then on the hover, I want the font to be, okay, so let's say this is the font I want. Okay, so you see that, isn't it? Right? So same way you can change the background as well. Okay, so let's say I want to have the background as this one. See that? Okay, of course, you should choose the light color because of this, but maybe I can bring the transparency here. It's not. So, just use some light color. Instead of this, use something else. Yeah, it's not working, but you got the idea, isn't it? So, so on how I can do all that. Not just the color, but you can have the borders as well. These all things are there. See this, the border. Everything is going to change. Okay. Anyways, so that's fine. Accent bar is there. You have seen that. So always code. Place and selected. I don't want that. And shape is something I'm Okay, I'll go with this rounded rectangle. Yes, perfect. So this is the last one we are covering. And so in the pages, show hidden pages as well. I'm looking at this option to be very honest for the first time. So show all by default on is there, so that's fine. Show tooltip pages. The tooltip pages, well, if I click OK, what it's going to do? Right now, I don't have any idea about it. But so this is all by option. By default, they have mentioned this. So let's not do anything here. And this is also okay. This one, show. You see that here. So all the pages are there. So what if I say that I don't want the demo? You see the demo is gone from there. Okay, so it means that if I have 10 pages and I want only the 5 pages of my choice should be a part of navigation, this is the option which I call it the option something, really, really superb. You can off all those sheets from here. Okay, so now there's no complaint. In fact, I was thinking about this option that what if I don't want to have the new pages over there? So you can just come back and say no. Okay, anytime you can reset to default as well. So this is a very good option. Grid layout. So it's all about the layout thing. As I said, you can have vertical, you can have, this vertical. So see now this is the vertical one. Yeah. So obviously if it is a vertical one, I can keep this in this way. And this is, in fact, generally on the websites, if you see when you want to click from one page to another, they align the things on the left side. So for that, this is nice. Padding, if you want to give some, keep the distance. So this is also there. So I'll keep this as like this. Okay, fine guys. So general tab, well, all in the background. So in the background, you want to have some color, you can. So that's how it is. Yes. Okay, so you see our hovering. It looks good, isn't it? Right? It looks good from the presentation perspective. So this is how it is. Right click here. Now again, you need to put this in the same direction. So user, when he is changing the pages, he should not have to go anywhere else. Because he will be looking these things in the same direction. Okay. So these are the things. And bookmark is left. That is another big topic that we will do under the shapes and that under the action section, there is a term called bookmark. Okay, that is something we will do in the coming sessions. All right, so now we will start with the DAX functions next Saturday. So go through all these things. There are a couple of visuals which I have not covered. I may do it later, but you see, you have now, I think we have covered so many visuals and we have taken a deep dive into all these things. So, you can just go on the internet and you can just see that. So basically why those the visuals are there, because more or less, if you see, we when it comes to working with these the formatting section and all that, I think you will not find any challenge. You now you are on the auto gear when it comes to the visuals. All right, so just go and see. But we have done enough of the visuals, and they are, from the dashboard perspective, I think they are more than sufficient. So we will now, I'll see you on Saturday, and we will start learning the formula language, which is called the DAX. Okay, we'll see how we can use create the functions and all those queries, like what if I have to pick the top 10 items, sale, bottom 10, what if I have to see the contribution, and then I need to show that on the axis, in terms of top 5% over the entire process, where we don't have any tool with us. We just have the headers, direct headers. So to customize these headers, to take out the relevant data from this, like when you use the sum if, count if, average if in Excel, all that, we have the DAX. Thank you.